I think cans are just motivating. I'm like hungry.
And why would you say it's motivating for those who don't know?
Because it's a city of opulence, it's a city of power, it's a city of luxury. And it's not luxury that's just like in the activities, it's just like the way of life. It's another way. And I think for me, as someone that works so much with my business and building things, at times I forget about the living part, because you're always setting it as a goal to get there. But it's an important reminder to not only speed things up, but to embrace it, embrace the little wins that you have.
Hello, new 600 cocaine white, new Air Ones cocaine white. I knew I blow propane light. You know a nigga been nice, yeah. 6 deuce cocaine white. Talk about a great life. See a nigga stayed black, all cause of that cocaine white. Yeah. 600 cocaine white, new Air Ones cocaine white. New I blow like propane. You should know a nigga been nice, yeah. 6 deuce cocaine white. Talk about a great life, got it. See a nigga stayed black, all cause of that cocaine white. Knew a love like yours until I found you. I done been in trouble before, but never like you. Never seen a woman so pure until I found you. Pure, and I done been in love before, but never like you, like you, like I don't mean to call you out, I know we got history out here. The word of mouth, I know. You know, good for me, I hear the famous tale.
So we're out here in Cannes, south of France, and I think it's important that for me personally, when we always kind of pursue and aim for like success or outcome in our business and our vision and our goals, but I think what ultimately kind of reignites for me energy and feeling is being able to feel not only motivated but inspired. And I constantly try to make sure that when I'm goal setting, when I'm doing things, I try to find destination points for myself to not only be excited in, but to also, you know, recharge. And I think coming out here just in Cannes is just phenomenal. This place is, as everyone knows, it's just off Monaco, and you know, it's just aspiration out here. And I think for me, for quite a while, I had it as a goal to kind of come out here and, you know, to be able to, you know, mingle with people and to, you know, just really open my mind, because, you know, we always kind of think that because France is close to us, there'll be, you know, similarities to France and London, but ultimately it's just a beautiful different destination. And I think you get the sun, but I think it's all about being hungry, and this kind of stuff here, it just makes me hungry. Being out here and seeing, you know, the opulence, seeing the motivation, seeing the dreams. I think sometimes we get so caught up in our heads with, you know, the normality of what we're aware of. I was not shown this in school. I was not informed about the opulence of what people are not only living, but, you know, creating for themselves in destinations like this. And I think just being out here, for me, it motivates me. And I think it's important that, you know, anyone working with anything from creative to business, make sure you have things that are going to excite you. Make sure you're not just living in your head, but putting yourself in uncomfortable scenarios where you're able to not only push yourself and see new things, but you're also in a position where you can, you know, you can recharge and get closer to what you're going to. Because I think everyone tends to focus on just the product or the idea or the dream, but they forget that the most important factor is the mind. And if you can sterilize the mind by putting yourself in places which are aspirational, inspirational, and not just sitting there and saying one day you will set a goal, set a timeline, okay, I'm going to go to this place in this time frame, and then kind of work towards that alongside with your goal and your vision. Because in anything that we try to pursue, the passion you have has to come with, you know, a real thirst for a good outcome for yourself. And you have to be able to make sure you're looking after your mind, nourishing it, and putting it in nice places. But I'm going to show you guys around. Come. I'm fortunate enough to have had a friend that's had this over the weekend. But honestly speaking, you've got to have, you know, a real burning desire in anything you're trying to achieve. And desire does not come from practicality. It comes from things which people tell you to think about later. Those things may be that nice, you know, that nice resort you want to go to one day. That thing might be that nice destination you want to take your family. That might be that island you want to go to. Do it. Make sure that you're nourishing your mind with who you're trying to become, where you're trying to go, because it ultimately wraps up and includes everything. Keeping myself out here, I've met a number of business relationships that we're going to add to the company, and honestly speaking, I wouldn't have had them by staying in my office. I wouldn't have had them by staying in London. So move around to where your passion is, and there is also an element of things and attractions coming towards you. So come, let's go. And I just think, like, being out here, I mean, look at this. I'm literally looking at £500 million yachts before me. I'm seeing, you know, people creating their own worlds and trying to conquer not just the land, but what's out there. And for me, honestly, guys, like, it's motivation, it's inspiration, and everything that we're trying to achieve, especially when it comes to an outcome for better, has to come from a place of real excitement. It has to come from a place of real pleasure. And this is one of the things that really motivate me. I work from month to month to month in order to not only just achieve outcomes in my company, but to, you know, explore my happiness and my adventures and broaden my mind. You know, stop trying to be local, stop trying to go to where you're aware of, stop trying to be around people you know. It's about getting out there, seeing the world. The first time you may not have, you know, a nice place to stay, but the second time, you know, just getting your feet wet, whether that be staying in a hostel, but then just being close to it. Get yourself closer to what you want to become, or the person you aim to become, and honestly speaking, you'll see things manifest that you never would have expected. Step out of your comfort zone, step out of the local things, and you see this, see the money, the wealth, dreams. I definitely believe in manifesting your dreams and putting things into practice. I'll show you a little bit more of what else we got going on. I'll bring you down here as well. If you're not trying to take yourself to another level emotionally, then you are going to be stuck. And I can't sit here and tell you how many times I've gone to a new place and come back with such a new perspective. That new perspective has enabled me to build new relationships. It's enabled me to push myself to other levels, and yeah, this is what you get. And I can't afford this yet, that's correct, I can't afford this yet, but I'm getting close. And that's the reason I share it with you guys, because it's not something where I sit here and, you know, pretend I have, you know, the ability to one, you know, afford this place at the moment. But you guys can see me trying, you guys can see me, you know, trying new places and seeing new things, and I like sharing it with you guys because ultimately, you know, my come up is your come up, and we're all coming up, and if I can show you something different and you can take something from it, then it's a win-win scenario. But yeah, thought I'd just bring you guys out for like a little day, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys on the B-side. Peace.
Even have to shout, cause not even words can find a way out. You just relax and I'll kill the time. Boy, I'm getting tired of your